It is strange how most people want recognition and praise. To be recognized as a great poet, a philosopher, something that boosts one's ego. It gives great satisfaction, but it has very little meaning. Recognition feeds one's vanity and perhaps one's pocket. And then what? It sets one apart, and separation breeds its own problems. Though it may give satisfaction, recognition is not an end in itself. But most people are caught in the craving to be recognized, to fulfill, to achieve. And failure is then inevitable, with its accompanying misery. To be free of both success and failure is the real thing. From the beginning, not to look for a result in doing the thing one loves. Love has no reward or punishment. This is a simple thing if there is love. How little attention we pay to things about us, to observe and consider. We are so self-centered, so occupied with our worries, with our own benefits, that we have no time to observe and understand. This occupation makes our mind dull and weary, frustrated and sorrowful. From sorrow we want to escape. As long as the self is active, there must be weary, dullness, and frustration. People are caught in a mad race, in the grief of self-centered sorrow. This sorrow is very deep. The thoughtful, the watchful are free from sorrow. A river receives everything and remains itself, neither caring nor knowing the pure from the impure. The ponds, the little puddles, are soon contaminated, for they are not living, flowing, as the wide, sweet-smelling, flowing rivers. Our minds are small puddles, soon made impure. It is the little pond called mind that judges, weighs, and analyzes. There must be reaction, otherwise there is death. But the problem is to see that this reaction does not extend its roots into the present or the future. Thought is bound to arise, but to be aware of it and end it immediately is essential. To think about thought, to examine it, to play around with it, is to extend it, to give it roots. This is important to understand. To see how the mind thinks about thought is to react to the fact. The reaction is sadness, and so on. To begin feeling sad, to think of a future return, to count the days, is to give root to the thought concerning the fact. So the mind establishes roots, and then how to root them out becomes another problem, another idea. To think of the future is to have roots in the soil of uncertainty. To be really alone without yesterday's memories and problems, to be alone and happy without outward or inward compulsion, is to let the mind be uninterfered with. To be alone, to have a quality of love about a tree, protective and yet alone. We are losing the feeling for trees, and so we are losing love for humanity. When we cannot love nature, we cannot love humanity. Our gods have become small and petty, as is our love. In mediocrity we have our being. But there are the trees, the open heavens, and the amazing riches of the earth. You must have a clear mind, a free, untethered mind. This is essential. You cannot have a clear, penetrating mind if there is fear of any sort. Fear clogs the mind. If the mind does not face its self-centered problems, it is not a clear, deep mind. To face its peculiarities, to be aware of its urges, deeply and inwardly, to acknowledge all this without any resistance, is to have a profound and clear mind. Then only can there be a subtle mind, not merely a sharp mind. A subtle mind is a slow, hesitant mind, not a mind that concludes, judges, or formulates. This subtlety is essential. It must know to listen and to wait, to play with the deep. This is not to be got at the end. This quality of the mind must be there from the very beginning. You may have it. Give it a full and deep chance to flower. Go into the unknown. Take nothing for granted. Do not assume anything. Be free to find out. Then only can there be depth and understanding. Otherwise, one remains on the surface. What is important is not to prove or disprove a point, but to find out the truth. All idea of change or the truth of change is seen when there is only what is. The what is not different from the thinker. The thinker is what is, not separate from that which is. It is not possible to be at peace if there is any kind of want, any hope for some future state. Suffering follows if there is any want. Life is generally full of want. Even to have one want leads to endless misery. For the mind to free itself from that one want, even to know that one desire, needs attention. When found, don't let it become a problem. To prolong the problem is to allow it to take root. Don't let it take root. The one want is the one and only pain. It darkens life. There is frustration and pain. Just be aware of it and be simple with it.